If you're over 60 and still waking up tired after a full night's sleep, here's the surprising truth. It might not be because you need more sleep. It might be because you need the right kind. You've been told all your life that 8 hours is the golden number. But what if you're getting 7 or even 6.5 and still dragging through the day? That slow morning, that afternoon fog, that moment when your energy slips away just when you want to enjoy your time, your family, your life. In this video, we're going to uncover what really matters when it comes to sleep after 60. It's not just about how long you sleep. It's about how well, when, and whether it's truly right for your changing body. Stick with me, because I'll help you figure out your personal sleep number. The one that leaves you energized and clear, not just clocking hours. Before we begin, I'd love to know, where are you watching from and what time is it right now? Drop a comment below. Even just a little moment from your day means a lot to me. And if this feels helpful so far, don't forget to hit subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. Most people in America grow up hearing the same advice. You need 8 hours of sleep every night. For decades, that number was treated like a golden rule, unchanging, universal, and absolute. But as we get older, and especially after the age of 60, something interesting begins to happen. Many older adults start waking up earlier, falling asleep sooner, or waking up more often during the night. And the question naturally comes up, am I sleeping less because I'm aging, or is there something wrong with me? Let me tell you this right away. If you're over 65 and you sleep 6.5 to 7 hours at night and still feel alert, your body might be doing exactly what it's supposed to. The truth is, the science of sleep is far more personal and flexible than we once thought. And it's not just about the number of hours, it's about how those hours are spent. Now let's walk through what really happens inside your body when you sleep. Imagine your brain like a control center, dimming the lights, locking the doors, and starting the repair process after a long day. When you first drift off, what doctors call a stage N1, your brain is just beginning to slow down. This phase is light, and your body can still wake up easily if there's noise in the room. Next, you slide into stage N2. Here, your heart rate slows, your muscles relax, and your body starts the process of shutting out the outside world. It's a bit deeper, but you're still not fully disconnected yet. Most of the night, especially as we age, is spent in this stage. It's useful, but it's not the deepest rest your body needs. That comes in stage N3, what scientists call deep sleep. This is where real healing begins. During N3, your body releases growth hormone, repairs tissues, boosts your immune system, and resets your energy for the next day. For older adults, though, this stage becomes harder to reach and often shorter in duration. That's because the brain produces less melatonin, the hormone that helps regulate your internal clock as we age. The fourth and final stage is REM sleep, rapid eye movement. This is where dreams happen, but it's also where your brain organizes your thoughts files away memories and supports emotional health. REM sleep helps explain why some older adults experience mood swings or memory lapses if they don't get enough of it. Now you might ask, why does aging reduce deep and REM sleep? Scientists at institutions like the NIH and CDC believe it's partly due to shifts in our circadian rhythm. That's the internal 24-hour clock your body runs on, and it tends to shift earlier with age. That's why you may find yourself getting sleepy at 8 p.m. and waking at 4 a.m. This natural change isn't a problem unless it leaves you feeling unrested. Another factor is that many American seniors face disruptions like chronic pain medications or nighttime urination, which interrupts sleep cycles. Unlike younger adults who can dive right back into deep sleep, older bodies often return to light sleep or stay awake longer than expected. Over time, that makes the whole night feel less restorative. In cities like Tampa, Denver, or rural towns across Nebraska, older adults often tell their doctors, "I sleep 7 hours, but I still feel tired." The issue might not be the number, it could be that they're missing the deeper stages of sleep. That's why sleep quality is more important than sleep quantity. 6 hours of deep, undisturbed sleep can be more rejuvenating than 8 hours of fragmented, restless tossing and turning. According to the CDC, most healthy adults over 65 need about 7 to 8 hours of sleep, but the exact amount depends on your overall health activity level and daily routine. If you're getting 6.5 hours and waking up refreshed, focused, and in a good mood, you may already be getting what your body needs. So what can you do if you feel like your sleep isn't giving you that boost anymore? First, understand it's not your fault. It's not just about aging, it's about adapting to your body's new rhythm. And in America, where many seniors feel pressure to stay productive, even in retirement, there's often silent guilt around needing rest. But rest is not a luxury, it's essential, especially when the brain is doing its most important work while you sleep. Sleep is not just a pause, it's a process. And once you learn to support it, you might discover that you don't need to chase 8 hours every night. You just need to give your body the right space at the right time to do what it already knows how to do: heal, restore, and keep you steady for the years ahead. For years, we were told 8 hours of sleep is the magic number. Like the food pyramid or daily vitamins, it became a part of American health advice, repeated on TV and magazines and doctors' offices from Maine to California. But here's the truth that not enough people talk about: not everyone needs 8 hours of sleep. And that's not a flaw, it's biology. As we age, our sleep needs become more personal, more flexible, just like our appetite, our energy, or how much noise we can tolerate in a crowded diner in Chicago or a quiet living room in Arizona. Sleep, it turns out, is not one size fits all. Some seniors feel completely refreshed after just 6.5 hours of sleep, as long as that sleep is deep, uninterrupted, and timed well. Others may need closer to 7.5 or even more, especially if they're managing medical conditions or healing from an injury. But the key isn't the number. It's how you feel when you open your eyes. If you wake up most mornings feeling alert, not groggy, and your mood is steady through the day, chances are your body is getting the sleep it needs. If you find you're mentally sharp when chatting with your grandkids, remembering names, dates, and that grocery list for Publix, those are signs of good rest. But if you're waking up tired, falling asleep during daytime TV, or getting irritable over small things, like forgetting where you put the remote or mixing up names at the family dinner table, that might be your body's way of asking for more sleep. Sleep affects almost everything: mood, memory, balance, even appetite. In fact, researchers at the National Institutes of Health found that older adults who consistently get less than 6 hours of sleep are more likely to experience attention problems and slower reflexes. And in a country where slip and fall injuries send thousands of seniors to ERs each year, that's no small concern. Still, many older Americans feel guilty if they sleep more, or frustrated if they can't. That's the unspoken pressure of growing older in the US. The sense that needing rest somehow means you're falling behind. But in truth, adjusting your sleep doesn't mean you're losing control. It means you're paying attention. Now, here's the part most doctors never explain. Your ideal sleep number, the one that fits your body best, can change over time, just like your shoe size after age 70, or your caffeine tolerance after 4 p.m. And you don't need a sleep tracker or a fancy app to find it. All you need is memory and awareness. Think back to the last time you woke up and thought, "Wow, I feel good today." What time did you go to bed the night before? How many times did you wake up during the night? What did you do differently that evening? Maybe no wine, maybe a walk after dinner, maybe no phone in bed. That right there is your starting point. Try tracking your sleep for a few days, not obsessively, but gently. Just jot down in a notebook how long you slept, how many times you woke up, and how you felt the next day. Within a week, you'll likely see a pattern. You'll notice that maybe 6.75 hours is your sweet spot, or maybe you actually feel best with 7.5. What matters is consistency and how you feel after, not the number itself. In towns like Asheville, North Carolina, or cities like Portland, Oregon, more and more seniors are working with sleep coaches and wellness centers to discover their personal rhythm. They're finding that some of the old rules like, you must sleep 8 hours don't apply anymore. Especially not after 65 when the body changes in subtle but powerful ways. And here's the real gift. Once you stop chasing the number and start listening to your body, sleep becomes less of a battle and more of a comfort. That 1 hour you stop stressing over might be the one that brings back your energy, your calm, and your ability to enjoy life on your terms. So the next time you hear someone say, you should sleep 8 hours a night, remember they might mean well, but they're missing the bigger picture. In this country where independence is so deeply valued, the greatest freedom might come from learning how you sleep best, not how someone else told you to. Because sleep, like aging, isn't about meeting a number. It's about living well, waking up with clarity, and knowing you've given your body the rest it truly needed. Many older adults across America believe that sleeping poorly is just part of growing older. You hear it in waiting rooms, church groups, even family barbecues in Ohio or Florida. That's just what happens when you hit 70. You wake up at 3 a.m., toss and turn, get up to use the bathroom, maybe read the newspaper or turn on the TV. Some even say, well, I guess I've had enough sleep for a lifetime. But here's what science and real-life experience now tells us. Poor sleep in old age is common, yes, but it is not inevitable. The belief that aging and insomnia go hand in hand isn't just wrong, it's harmful. It makes many seniors give up too soon, accepting fatigue, forgetfulness, and low mood as just getting old. But your sleep can improve even in your 70s, 80s, or beyond if you know what to look for and what habits to shift. Sleep problems in older adults are often linked to physical or lifestyle issues that can be adjusted, not some built-in age limit. Take caffeine, for example. In your younger years, you might have enjoyed a strong cup of black coffee after dinner without missing a wink. But now even a cup of green tea too late in the afternoon might delay your ability to fall asleep by hours. That's because your liver metabolizes caffeine more slowly with age. And yet many seniors still drink soda or coffee well into the evening without realizing the toll it's taking on their night. Another common mistake is believing naps can fix everything. It's a quiet afternoon in New Mexico, and you fall asleep in your recliner while watching the local news. At first, it feels like a harmless habit. 30 minutes turns into an hour, and you wake up groggy and confused. Later that night, you struggle to fall asleep and wonder why. The reason is simple. Long naps during the day can disrupt your sleep drive, the natural pressure your body builds up to help you fall asleep at night. Researchers at Stanford have shown that older adults who nap longer than 30 minutes during the day are more likely to report trouble falling asleep and staying asleep at night. So while a short nap, say 20 minutes, can be helpful, especially after lunch, anything more may do more harm than good. If you find yourself needing naps every day just to get through your night's sleep, might not be serving you well to begin with. Then there's medication. In towns like Spokane, Washington, or down in Mobile, Alabama, it's common to see prescriptions for sleep aids passed around among older adults like candy. Over-the-counter pills, prescription sedatives, even nighttime cold meds. Many Americans over 65 use them regularly just to get some rest. But what many don't realize is that these medications, especially those containing diphenhydramine or benzodiazepines, come with serious side effects. They can increase the risk of confusion, memory loss, and even falls the kind that lead to broken hips and hospital stays. According to the CDC, 1 in 4 Americans over 65 falls each year, and studies have shown a direct connection between sleep medications and fall risk, especially at night, when coordination is already compromised. The promise of a quick fix often backfires in the long run, leading to dependence and even poorer sleep quality over time. It's a cycle that leaves many seniors feeling stuck, foggy, and frustrated. Now let's talk about technology. You'd be surprised how many older adults scroll through Facebook on their iPads right before bed, or watch cable news until midnight in a brightly lit room. But our brains were never built to handle bright blue light at night. Blue light from screens tells the brain to stay alert, suppressing melatonin production, the very hormone you need to feel sleepy. Researchers at Harvard found that exposure to blue light in the evening can delay sleep by up to 90 minutes. And as we age, melatonin production already declines, which means the impact is even greater. That's why experts now recommend turning off screens at least 1 hour before bedtime. Instead, opt for something gentle, like soft music, a paper book, or quiet prayer. But here's the hopeful part. Improving sleep is not about chasing perfection, it's about building better habits. In upstate New York, a 74-year-old woman named Carol struggled with restless nights for nearly a decade. She assumed it was just aging, drank coffee until 5 p.m., watched TV late, and took a sleeping pill when things got too rough. Then at the suggestion of her doctor, she made a few small changes. She cut off caffeine at 1 p.m., began walking for 20 minutes after breakfast, and started using a bedside lamp with a warm amber bulb after 8 p.m. Within 3 weeks, her sleep improved dramatically. She still woke up once during the night, but she was able to fall back asleep quickly without medication. And more importantly, she felt alert again in the morning. She began attending her church group again, cooking for herself, and reading books with joy instead of fatigue. All because she learned that poor sleep didn't have to be her new normal. That's the message I want every older American to hear, whether you're living in a condo in Miami or a farmhouse in Iowa. Your sleep is still within your control. Yes, aging brings changes, but it does not take away your right to feel rested, clear-headed, and emotionally steady. And by letting go of old myths and embracing better habits, you give your body the peace it's quietly asking for. Getting older in America often means accepting certain changes, some welcome, some not. A bit more time for yourself, the slower mornings, the comfort of routine. But when it comes to sleep, many older adults begin to struggle quietly. The nights feel longer, the rest feels lighter, and the mornings arrive before you're ready. And yet, everywhere you turn, the same message appears: you need 8 hours of sleep. But what if that number doesn't fit you anymore? What if chasing it only adds more frustration to your night? The truth is, you may not need 8 hours, but you do need the right kind of sleep. Not longer, not deeper, just better aligned with how your body works now in this phase of life. Because good sleep after 60 isn't just about clocking hours, it's about syncing with your natural rhythm. One of the most powerful ways to improve sleep is to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Yes, even on weekends, even during holidays, even if you're retired. Think of it like a train schedule in Chicago. If it runs on time every day, it stays reliable. Your body works the same way. A consistent bedtime trains your brain to recognize when it's time to release melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall asleep naturally. Now let's talk about your bedroom. A healthy sleep environment in the U.S. isn't about having fancy sheets or expensive gadgets. It's about a few simple elements that make a huge difference. First, keep your room cool around 65 degrees. Fahrenheit is ideal. Your core body temperature needs to drop slightly to fall asleep, and a cooler room supports that process gently. Next, keep the lights low and the room as dark as possible. Even small amounts of light from digital clocks, hallway bulbs, or blinking chargers can disrupt melatonin release. Consider blackout curtains if you live in a city like Las Vegas, where streetlights flood the windows all night. Or use a simple sleep mask if that feels more comfortable. Silence helps too, but if your home is near traffic or you live with someone who snores a white noise machine or soft fan can help block disruptions. Let's not forget the hour before you go to bed. In homes from Seattle to Savannah, many older adults fall into the habit of watching news late into the night. And while staying informed is important, the stress and bright lights from television or phones can keep your brain alert long after the show ends. Try turning off screens an hour before bed and replace them with calming routines. You might listen to soft jazz, read a book with a warm lamp, or simply sit quietly with a cup of herbal tea. What you do during the day also matters more than people realize. Getting sunlight in the morning, especially within the first hour after waking, helps reset your internal clock. Step out on your porch in Texas, take a short walk to the mailbox in Michigan, or just sit by a sunny window while you sip coffee. This light exposure tells your brain when it's day, so it knows when night should begin. Even gentle movement during the day, gardening, walking the dog, light chores helps build natural sleep pressure by evening. On the other hand, spending too much of the day in bed or on the couch can confuse your body's rhythm. The more time you spend resting during the day, the harder it becomes to rest well at night. That's why staying lightly active is a gift to your future self. It builds appetite for sleep in a natural, healthy way. Now let's talk about food. Late-night eating, especially heavy meals, can disrupt digestion and delay sleep. But certain small snacks can actually support better sleep. A glass of warm milk, a banana, or a few almonds provide a mix of calcium, magnesium, and tryptophan. These nutrients are linked to the body's sleep-wake cycle and may help you drift off more peacefully. Just remember, less is more. A light snack is fine. A heavy dinner at 9 p.m., probably not. Sometimes, even after changing habits, sleep remains elusive, and in that case, it's important to know when to talk to a doctor. Sleep apnea, a condition where breathing stops during sleep, is common among older adults, especially men and those who are overweight. Signs include loud snoring, gasping at night, or waking up tired despite many hours in bed. Other warning signs include frequent nightmares, night sweats, or anxiety that spikes as bedtime approaches. If these symptoms sound familiar, it's worth asking your doctor for a sleep evaluation. In many cases, simple treatments like a CPAP machine or therapy can restore healthy sleep within weeks. What matters most is understanding that sleep is a reflection of your overall health, not a scoreboard to measure yourself against others. In American culture, there's a quiet pressure to keep going, to stay active, to not slow down. But real strength, especially after 65, often comes from knowing when to rest and how to rest well. You've earned your peace, and your body will thank you for giving it what it truly needs. So no, you don't need 8 hours to be healthy. But you do need sleep that respects the rhythm of your life today, not what worked in your 40s. Not what the headlines say, but what helps you wake up with clarity, balance, and the energy to enjoy another beautiful day in this country you've helped build. Because good sleep isn't about age. It's about honoring your body, your needs, and the quiet wisdom that comes with time.